I wanted to give you 4 steps, and the 4 steps are the following. Hey guys, what's up? So this video is about Genesis 1, what it teaches us about branding, and how Jesus was the original brand, meaning the very first brand, as well as what the return on investment is should you decide to invest in your own brand. My name is Roldo, and I teach personal brand mastery based on biblical principles to young entrepreneurs and creators exactly like you. And without further ado, this is the video. Subscribe if you'd like more simple, easy steps that you can follow to build your brand to a brand that's worth 300%, 1,000%, all the way up to millions of dollars more than it currently is. In Genesis 1, the very first verse is, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth." But in Hebrew, it's stated, Bereshit bara et Elohim va'et haaretz. And the following is the significance of the very first word, Bereshit. God's brand statement is in the very first word of the very first book, at the very beginning of time, in the book Genesis that Moses wrote 1,445 years before Jesus was even born. Bereshit consists of Beit, Resh, Aleph, Yud, and Tav. That is the full word, Bereshit. And what it means is the Son of God, crowned with thorns, hung on a tree, a gift of the covenant. And so when we look at brand, the very first thing that we need to do is we need to say to ourselves, who am I? Who are you? What is your identity? And so God's identity started with, let there be light. In the beginning, God created. And so I believe that the significance of God stating not that he's love or all-powerful or all-knowing, omniscient, in the very first thing that he tells us, is that he wanted us to know that he's a creator, that he made us in the image. Later on, I'll put the verse on the video screen, that he created us in his image because he wanted us to know that we were made to make stuff and we were created to create stuff. And so figure out, what is your identity? This is the part about the immense return on investment that you can expect, not necessarily, but have the potential to achieve. Absolutely. Neil Patel and his career journey. So who exactly was Neil Patel? Neil Patel was the foremost expert on SEO and digital marketing, or became. And so the way he did this was by pouring endless amounts of time into giving amazing advice away for free on YouTube and social media, by blogging and so forth. But to not misrepresent who Neil Patel was and is valued at, or is rather, he's still alive, Neil Patel's estimated speaking fee for live events ranges from $50,000 to $100,000 for virtual events. The fee is estimated to be between $10,000 and $20,000. He previously charged $50,000 for a 1-hour speech in the US and $100,000 internationally, but has since started speaking for free at some events to reach a higher net worth audience. And so he not only does that, but he co-founded several multi-million-dollar companies, including Crazy Egg, Hello Bar, and Kissmetrics. He also co-founded NP Digital, which has worked with major brands like eBay, NBC, and Facebook. Patel is a recognized author and contributor to several major publications. He is a New York Times best-selling author and a contributor to Forbes and Entrepreneur magazine, among others. He has been recognized as one of the top 100 entrepreneurs under 30 by President Obama and one of the top 100 under 35 by the United Nations. He also maintains a popular digital marketing blog on his personal website, neilpatel.com, which had a goal of 100,000 monthly visitors and now has over 1.8 million. And so those companies, Kissmetric, Crazy Egg, he ended up selling for immense amounts of money. But his personal brand had a very, very large role to play in selling those businesses for those amounts of money. I'm not sure about the exact estimates or metrics, but it was considerably more than it would have been if Neil Patel was not the owner or co-founder. To give you something to walk away with that's practical, I wanted to give you 4 steps, and the 4 steps are the following. Reflect on your core values. What is it that you stand for? What are your non-negotiables? That's step 1. Step 2, define your promise or your covenant. And now, whatever that promise is and covenant is, I want you to live like if you did not fulfill it, you would die. Because in the old days, that's exactly what a covenant was. 2 parties would bring an offering that they would kill, and they would slice it up, walk around it, and come together, slice their hands, and their blood would mix. And they would say to each other, if I do not keep my covenant to you, may what happened to this animal happen to me. Sliced up, disintegrated, essentially, obliterated. And so that's defining your promise. 3, translate into tangible traits, your products, your services, your characteristics. And last but not least, number 4, anchor it to something eternal. The top 1% anchor their brands into principles because they know a principle is something that taken out of one domain is still true in another domain, because that's the thing about truth. Looking at the beginning, middle, and the end of it, it stays consistent, it does not change. You cannot throw stuff at it and it break apart, because that is what truth is. Truth is unshakable. It is a shame that so many people do not build their life on truth, because it is so much more powerful than hearsay and believing in stuff that you've not confirmed for yourself. And so yeah, guys, that was the video. If you enjoyed it, hit subscribe. I don't know everything, although I have expertise in a certain domain, in an area. I do not know everything. And so even in my own expertise, and many people out there who have become truly successful, they will still see it this way because that's just how it is, have stuff to learn still in their own domain. Even if they are the most skilled in it, there are always things to learn. But yeah, subscribe this video, comment anything that you would like me to discuss or break down even further that I spoke about in this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Welcome to Shockwave, the Brand Mastery Academy, guys.